Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still on To The Press, coming to you from Kaftan Television and from the Abuja studio. And my name is Dayo Mogon. I welcome you once again. And some of the headlines this morning include the one where President Tinubu asked PENCOM to do something about increasing retirees' pension and also offering free healthcare to the police retirees. And that, for me, is very heartwarming because when people get to the point where they can no longer really fend for themselves on account of age, and they have put in quite a number of years in their working life, they should be in a position to at least afford the basics of life without having to sponge on anybody. And so I think that that's a very good move, even though we know in Nigeria that many times pronouncements are different from performance. Many times pronouncements go out, but these pronouncements hardly get actualized many months, sometimes many years after. We do hope that this particular one will be activated, will be actualized as soon as is possible, so that the welfare, the well-being of pensioners can be properly taken care of. And this is very key. Now, so that is one very cheery news, if you ask me. And I do hope that the agencies concerned, that is the PTAD and PENCOM, will do the needful, will rise to the occasion to give a better life to our retirees. There's no doubt that our retirees deserve a better life. A situation where retirees have to go be protesting or be milling around their former office headquarters in pursuit of their claims, in pursuit of their pensions or their gratuities, is shameful, to say the least. And so we do hope that with the pronouncement from the president, we do hope that good days are here for retirees. We do hope that those days of shame, those days of that look like insensitivity, such coldness to our senior citizens, we do hope that those days are over. We do hope that things will take a better turn now. And that's very important, because what it does is that when the senior citizens are well taken care of, it spurs those who are still in service to give their very best because they look forward to a time when they will rest and have at least the basic comfort of life without having to be messed around on the streets. So it bears emphasizing. You cannot overemphasize it, that this needs to be done, and done quickly, because what it does is that it will inflame the passion of those who are still working. They will know that a day is coming when, even though they are no longer able to really go out there to fend for themselves, they can fall back on their pensions, they can fall back on their gratuities that will not fail. But the current reality, until it is changed, is that many times looking forward to pension, to retirement, can be very depressing when you see what currently happens to those who are retired and who are neglected, mistreated, maltreated, ignored. Just generally trampled upon, forgotten by society, treated as dregs of society. This ought not to be so. So I hope that this will not be a mere pronouncement, but that very soon we will see the dividend of the fruit of this pronouncement. And maybe I leave that there, believing that even for the police retirees who protested recently, I hope that this has addressed some of their issues, if not all, and that this will inspire them to have faith in the nation, and inspire younger ones who are still in service with faith and goodwill and patriotism, so that they can do their very best for the nation. Yes, that's one of the very hot topics this morning, coming from the headlines of most of the papers. One other one has to do with EFCC saying that they are about to turn their attention to real estate sector, because they have found out that many civil servants are the ones funding those estates. Well, I do not think that that is news to many Nigerians. For a very long time, those estates have been seen as proceeds of fraud, proceeds of corruption, even though people may not have the proof, but people who know that a lot of the civil servants in Nigeria are neck deep in corruption, and that one of the ways by which they launder their monies, stolen monies, is through these real estates, buying up huge area of land and building it up, and of course building it up using fictitious names, fictitious company names, and all that. So I do not think it's news so much, but the news is that at least they will be fixing their gaze on that sector to see those who are involved in using public money for their own private estates, and to see whether they can be brought to book. A few years back, was it a director in the ministry? Was it a director or a permanent secretary? I don't think he got to the level of permanent secretary, just a director. Had series of properties, including a hotel. In this, I think the hotel was located here in Abuja, and then he had a lot of other properties around the country. And it's just about the same thing in many cases. So it's about time to really check out the real estate sector. I agree with the EFCC, but we do hope that it's not just checking it out, it's doing something about it. After all, didn't we hear that a certain public figure was behind the 752 now, 753 houses, flats in Abuja? So that is a pointer to the fact that this allegation might be true, that this, what the EFCC saw, there's some credibility to it. In fact, not just, I mean, there have been several cases of civil servants with huge properties traceable to them. And of course, the point needs to be made that that does not come from honest work. It doesn't come from their 9-to-5 civil service job. It's coming from people dipping their hands into the public till. And if the EFCC can come to our rescue to clip their wings, to clip their fingers, and to get back that which has been stolen, that will be a big one for the EFCC. That will be a big one, a big success for Nigeria, and that might just begin to send the signal that a new era, a new dawn is here. EFCC is not news, but it's news that you say you want to focus on that area, you want to give it some attention. Please do, and let the fruits show. Let's see those who are truly guilty are punished, and our loot, I mean their loot recovered from them, so that what belongs to us as a nation can be put back in our common patrimony, in our common purse, rather than for some people cornering it using the instrumentality of their office. So we cannot overemphasize that. EFCC, go after them. And it's indeed because it is stolen money. That's why you find that a whole lot of those estates lie fallow for years, because there's no hurry, there's no urgency to make money from it. They are comfortable because the money was stolen in the first instance, so it doesn't pain them, it doesn't touch them. In fact, while those houses are rotting away in some of those estates, they're making more money from their offices and probably building new ones, and so it doesn't matter much to them, because there's nobody who, from conscientious work, from conscientious business, will put money aside to build an estate and will not ensure that it begins to get returns from it as soon as is possible. It doesn't make sense. Anybody sitting back and thinking about it will know that there's something fishy. How you can have an estate built and for 10 years is just lying fallow because they're asking for some humongous rent that is unreasonable, that is out of reach of the people who ought to come take those places for rent. And the landlords don't bother. They would rather not let them out and make something, even if it falls short of their real expectations. They would rather not let it out at all. It shows that it's clearly not money that is justifiably earned. It's clear. It's clear. Nobody can allow his business to rot away the way estates rot away in Abuja. Hello? Oh, Mohammed from Maiduguri, good morning.
Yes, good morning. I'm so glad about this president's pronouncement about this police brutality. Honestly speaking, many of them are my customers, and I'm happy. If they are happy, myself I will be happy as well. So,
yes. All right. So can we congratulate you? I congratulate you then.
Yes, I want more. I want more. Not only the police, all other retirees.
All right.
And the state government retirees. Although the state government, the Babagana Zulu, honestly, is a very nice company. It's taking care of these guys. Unlike other governors, for Maiduguri, I can testify that the Babagana Zulu is a man of God. But anybody who cares about somebody's problem, you should, treat him well. That's one thing I would say. I'm not speaking for him anyway.
True.
So then, the issue of this ESCC taking about real estate, well, for me, I will say one thing, though it's not in line with what it is. But can you hear me well?
Yes, it's better now. If you can, yes. If you can.
Okay. Now, instead of people looting the resources and taking it to Dubai or London or America, like some of the past politicians did, building estates here and they are paying rentage or tax to those governments, I think building the stolen money estate in Nigeria is even a little bit better than those people who are impoverishing us, taking these resources to abroad, and they are not even making use of it there. They are paying to that country. I think in the other way around, when bad and ugly, and how they call it, you compare one thing. One is even in the that is, you can complete that one for me. So, now, I am not encouraging anybody to be a stolen looter or anything, but however, they are a little bit better than somebody who will take these resources to Dubai and build for them while our people are continuing languishing in the poverty. That is one thing. Then second thing is this retirement issue. Those people that are working now, they should also know one day they will come and join this retiring class. So if you cannot facilitate their entitlement and satisfy them, you are doing it for yourself. Because those people that are retired today, they were in that office before you come to that office. It's give and take. Between when no one, mama sleep,
himself no go sleep. All right.
Yeah. So this is our country. This is our country. We should work together to help our country. We don't need to wait for somebody from outside to come and be telling us how to govern our country.
True. But Mohammed, I think that the better thing is to condemn looting in its entirety. Yes, you have said that you are not encouraging. Yes, I understand that. But I think that we should not even give any space and say, oh, one person looted and took it to Dubai. One person looted and is spending it in Abuja. Whatever it is, bottom line, looting is looting. Robbery is robbery. Corruption is corruption. And the same damage that has been done to the system is applies to both cases, because those monies that have been channeled to personal use ought to be used for the common benefit, the common good of everybody. So I understand your point, though. After all, if they build here, people will be employed they'll be involved in the building and so on and so forth. But still, I think that the bottom line, and very importantly, is that we don't want people stealing our common patrimony. Mohammed, I appreciate you.
Thank you very much, and my greeting to every one of you in the Captain TV. Well, you people are doing a lot of great job, especially the enlightenment. You people are helping this country. Honestly speaking, if all other media in Nigeria can take that part of Captain TV, honestly, the information dissemination will be much more than what it is. Honestly speaking, I encourage you people to do more, and not only you, other people should also profit from this Captain TV pattern of dissemination of information in this country. Well done, well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so one of the issues is the EFCC saying it's beaming its searchlight on real estate sector because it believes that a whole lot of stolen money, stolen by civil servants, is being channeled into the real estate. That's one. And then you have the other one about police retirees whom Mr. President has asked that their pay be increased, and not just that, that they should enjoy free health care. There was one of the papers that said that the retirees reject the offer of free health care. I don't have the details, but that's weird if somebody says take free health care and you say you don't want, and especially at a time when due to age you are likely to be vulnerable to all kinds of small sicknesses and all that. I think there must be more to it, but we don't have all the details. Another point, another headline has to do with the one, I think I saw this from the Guardian newspaper. That's actually what they led with, saying that the First Lady, talking about Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has spent in 2 years 12.9 billion naira in donations. 12.9 billion naira in donations. And you are wondering, where's the money coming from? Because in the first instance, the Constitution doesn't even recognize the office of the First Lady. So if you say that these are monies being spent in her capacity as First Lady and being spent from that office, then you begin to wonder how we generally fritter away our resources. I mean, because how do you spend 12.9 billion naira in donations? And like what department, what office is the office of the First Lady? It begins to raise a whole lot of questions, and about legality, about appropriateness, about reasonableness. Yes, it's good to donate. It's good to donate to worthy causes, but at the same time, you want to always, like I say, a lot of times, some of these things are good, but you must check out the reasonableness. You must check out to ensure that things are not being overdone, that people are not going overboard, that there's no overkill, that there's no unnecessary wastage. These are very important points, even in the execution of power, execution of our responsibilities. I mean, how do you explain that in an office that does not even exist in the eyes of the law, in the eyes of the Constitution, that you have spent 12.9 billion naira in donations? 12.9 billion naira. I don't know, but I don't think that even some local government areas will have that kind of money in a year or so. So if local governments don't have such kinds of money, and one person from her office can actually spend as much as 12.9 billion, a cause for concern, and no wonder the Guardian newspaper made it their lead headline. So, and then of course they did a breakdown, and that's quite interesting, and I encourage you to go look at that breakdown, the graphics breakdown of how it was spent. And I do know that just about a week ago there was a news report that people in IDP camps were angry about the 1 billion naira donation that came from this same office. And so you're wondering what exactly is happening. I'll take this call. Hello?
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
Yes, I'm a retired police. I'm watching this your program.
Okay.
In fact, the pension office, they want people to die. Now I retire almost 1 year, 2 months. No even single kobo has been paid. So I look at even now as I'm sitting with my family, even 1 naira where we chop is getting to Wahala. And the money that I have in my pocket, all I spend through give me this thing, give me this thing, give me this thing for bribe before to do something. And up to now, my problem was not solved. So that is why I call you people to just hear our prayer, to know what they can do. Up to now, I'm sitting in my house. No single cover has been there. 1 year too.
It is well. I noticed that you didn't tell us your name, so I'm going to allow that, probably because of what you are trying to get. You don't want your opportunity jeopardized. So I
Sorry, my name is Audu Usman.
All right.
My name is Audu Usman. I serve at Nasarawa State.
Oh, great.
I retired since the last day. Up to now, single cover has not been paid.
Well, I do hope that what Mr. President has done will correct some of these anomalies. But in the meantime, I must say, I feel you. Everyone involved in this very difficult situation, I feel you, and I know that God will see you through. When we get helpless, when we come to the point where we know nothing more to do, then we turn to God. We ask God to do it. Thank you very much for calling in. God bless. Yeah. So you have the story of the 12.9 billion donated by Senator Oluremi Tinubu in her capacity as the First Lady of Nigeria. And you also have the story of Heritage Bank that's gone under, and NDIC paying monies to the depositors. Yeah. And you also have the story of the helicopter crash in Ghana. Very unfortunate, very sad incident. And I mean, it means that you can't be too, I mean, our lives are in the hands of God. Once again, yes, we must revert to that. I mean, you would expect that if ministers are going to be airlifted by any copter anywhere around the world, you would expect that those copters are probably the best in the land. You would expect that they are probably in very good shape. We would expect that the pilots are pilots of very high repute and capability. So, but in spite of all of that, what happens sometimes just happens. I must send my own heartfelt condolences to those ministers. The Minister of Defense and Minister of Environment of Ghana were involved, and 6 other people also died. And what can we say? But in any case, it's good to know that the number of air crashes is, you could say, is few and far between. It's few and far between. It's not a regular occurrence. And Thank God it is, because if you had frequent crashes, what that will mean will be a huge amount of people being wasted, because if you have one plane carrying over 100 people, then that's huge. That's huge. If that were to come down at once, you can imagine how many people will be gone for it. So, well, what can we say? That a lot more effort should be put into maintenance of these aircraft, a lot more checks, security checks, engineering checks, weather checks, a whole gamut of issues should be more prioritized, so that occurrences of this nature are cut down to the barest minimum. Yeah, so I have a caller here. Let's see who he is. Hello.
Good morning. I'm Mr. Dan, talking from Jos.
Dan from
Yes,
Jos.
sir.
All right, let's hear you.
We just want to talk about the pensioners issue, sir.
Right.
I'm a pensioner with a power holding company before, and what I want to ask there is that relating to the minimum wage that was passed across the board, all about 32,000 naira. We up to now we've not seen CCR. Nobody is talking about it, so we don't know what is happening. With the little one that we are even receiving, we cannot even make it. Talk less of the minimum wage. We don't know. Some people are just sitting down there without pitying on the people that have already retired. Many of our members are dying. They are in the hospital and the rest. Why can't they sympathize, have empathy on the people that are suffering like this?
Wow. So, thank you. So,
Yeah.
why would you allow people to suffer like this? Yeah, I agree entirely. There's no point for it. There's no explanation for it. Well, we hope that better days are here. And then also, you have the news item that the appeal court has restored the forfeiture order on the 14 properties of former governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello, has restored the order which had earlier been vacated by a junior court. And so right now, except something else happens, except maybe the matter goes to the Superior Court and there's a change of judgment, the point we're in is that those properties should be transferred, to the federal government, should be forfeited to the federal government. And I guess I should just go on a break, and when we get back, we will be getting close to rounding up. All right, welcome back to the press. This is the last segment. In less than about 20 minutes, we'll be out of here, or 25 minutes, and I encourage you to make your call now so that you can be a part of this discourse this morning. And there's this story that says Jonathan ready to run as president. Again, that a close ally of his is the one that made this known. Now, let's take this call first. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is James.
This is
James
James from where?
from Lafia, Nasarawa State.
Okay, James, let's hear you.
It is a pity and mess in this country. Very, very unfortunate. How can an office that is not constituted spend 12.9 billion naira in 2 years in the name of donation? Donation to who? Is that money appropriated in the assembly? No. Where did she get the money from? Nobody is asking that question. So this government is not sensitive to the plight of the people. They lavish money anyhow they want to do in this hardship, in this trying moment. So issue of saying that that money was used for donation, IDP, and this and that, I just cover up. It is looting. I will have a EFCC. Don't go up and ask questions. You know, after little people that are doing their common businesses. This is a clear, broad day right looting. Cut it. Are we heading to this? Where are we heading to? It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. This office, yeah.
I'm afraid, James, the connection is no longer smooth. If you could, please do call us back. And so he was talking about the news item in The Guardian, where it's reported that the First Lady has spent 12.9 billion naira in 2 years as donations. So you begin to ask, what donations? What exactly make up the donations? Which is what The Guardian has taken time out to do a breakdown. If you just get to The Guardian newspaper and get informed. And you're saying 12.9 billion for an office that hardly exists. That's the paper there. That does not exist in the Constitution. So you're wondering how exactly, was it appropriated for? Is it in the budget? How come money is voted for an office that does not exist in the eyes of the law? And these are issues. I talked a while ago about reasonableness, about being moderate in every. Of course, we expect that the office, since there's something like that, will operate. But you don't. If you can donate 12.9 billion, then how much exactly does that office control? How much access does it have to state funds? And on what basis are these donations being made? It begins to raise questions. You begin to raise eyebrows as to whether these donations are actually being made on puritanical basis, or whether there is something more that meets the eye. Because we're in Nigeria, and all manner of things are very, very possible. So, truth is, the office does not exist. It exists only at the behest of the president. And so one would expect that such an office would, as much as possible, adopt the civil servants standard of being seen only and not being heard, or something like that. So, but when you will both see them and hear them and receive from them, and they receive from us, that's no longer, the gloves are off, and you don't expect that ordinarily. So I think that the government needs to sit up and watch what comes out of that office. The optics not too good. It looks like profligacy on the face of it straight away. It looks like profligacy, because you look and say, what business exactly does the office have in governance to be able to spend as much as those number of billions of naira? So that's something that I think that the president may need to look at, even as we progress towards 2027, because a whole lot of darts, fiery darts, will be fired from several quarters. So it's not too good to begin to equip enemies or opposition with the gunpowder with which to get attacked or consumed. So that's my take on that. I do hope that they can be more measured in their interventions, because it's already, for the Guardian to even go all the way to break it down, to make it a front page news, in fact the lead headline, it shows to you that people are getting worried. People are wondering what's happening. How? Where? From? I mean, what's it about? That so somebody, just by the privilege of being wife of the president, can have access to state funds to the level of 12.9 billion, and we're just halfway through the year, and it's been spent without anybody's without any oversight. If you ask me, what oversight is there? Is it budgeted for? Is it in the appropriation bill? All of this needs to be checked out. And so you also have the story of Jonathan, his ally, saying he's about to run. I find that very funny, and I find it unbelievable. I find it incredible, and I'm talking about me. I say that because I think that Jonathan has had a great time after bowing out gracefully. He has been hailed for it. He has even bagged international appointments because of the peace and the peace that he personifies. The fact that even before the full count of votes in 2015, the moment he felt that the things were not going his way, he quickly went and congratulated his opposition candidate. That goes down in his favor forever. I do know that thus far, everywhere, accolades have poured in. So I'm painting that background to say that it will be an anticlimax. It will be unfortunate. It will rub very badly on him. And that's my opinion. That if he has to come into the boxing ring again now, and again, it will even be worse if he does come in and loses. If it was a sure banker ticket, maybe that could be, that could be understood. But this is not a time that you want to mess with a Tinubu who is in the incumbent. Tinubu is not a Jonathan, and Jonathan is not a Tinubu. And clearly, I do not see, especially because the party on which Jonathan may be running with is even in it's in very troubled waters. And so I do not think that it's advisable. I think that a kite is being flown just to test the waters, to see what the reaction of the people will be. I think that somebody like Jonathan, Goodluck Jonathan, is too meek, too humble, too self-respecting to want to come into the murky waters of politics again after being recognized as a statesman, after being respected worldwide as someone who can rise above the dirtiness of politics as we have it in Africa. And so I find that very, very, very funny. I don't think so. I think that they are flying a kite. I think that he may not even be involved in all of this. I think that the pressure is coming from some quarters, because they see him as their own person, because they see him as someone through which they can also get to the levers, to handle the levers of power. You know how politics is in Nigeria. There are several hangers on, there are several boys who get involved by extension once one person gets into office. And so maybe these are the people who are pushing that narrative. I do not see Goodluck Jonathan putting himself forward for that race. Now there's also the story saying, I think it's in the Vanguard, saying that the choice before the North has to do with Atiku, Peter Obi, Jonathan, Rotimi Amaechi, and Tinubu. All of those choices, but one, are Southerners. Atiku is the odd man out in that list. I'm talking about region of origin. And at the time when most Nigerians believe that we are observing the unwritten rule on rotation of power, makes him odd. But of course, I mean, those who believe in him do not see any oddity about it. Yeah, so having said that, I do not think that that the choices are really okay. Let me not be too, I need to be careful here, but I'm the analyst this morning, so permit me. Now, so the North really has the option of Atiku. Yes, yeah, it's within his rights, talking constitutionally, because the rotation thing is not in the constitution. It's not a law. It's just a gentleman agreement within the parties, saying in order to carry people along, in order to have a sense of inclusion, in order to ensure that peace reigns and people do not feel marginalized or oppressed or sidelined, that this kind of arrangement needs to be put in place. So if somebody says, well, that's not a law and I'm not breaking any law if I insist, then you can stop him. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Gayo.
Good morning, Awusko.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I guess right.
How's the work?
Fine, thank you.
Yes. Regarding the retirees,
Right.
I think the president has done well. You see, the plight of the retirees in Nigeria does not encourage the youth to go into the civil service and waste 35 years and be running head-to-head to receive their pension. The system is too bad, and that's why corruption has continued to linger, because of the fear of tomorrow. Nobody knows tomorrow. Political pensions will come, political office holders will come and amass to themselves humongous money after spending 8 years, and then somebody spend 35 years and you'll be given peanuts. It's not that okay. So the president is on point. He should be given all that necessary for them. And as for the option before North, you are saying it will be odd for good luck to come back. You see, in Nigeria, it's a nation of absurdities. What you don't think can happen will happen. So, like you know, some people, yes, that's what you are saying. Some people are flying the kite of good luck Kwankwaso competition can beat the Jagaban. Because, to me, if you come to the North, they are kind of, they are not going, the ordinary man in the North, especially, would not like to support Tinubu again because of the hardships they've gone through. But with that combination, don't you think you can scale through?
Well,
Thank you very much.
well, it's the answer is flying in the wind, if you ask me. We all are just making projections and analysis. There's nothing cast in stone, and so if you fly Jonathan, good luck Jonathan Kwankwaso ticket, well, true, the North will rally around Kwankwaso a whole lot. The South probably would rally around the good luck Jonathan and some other parts of the South. But again, I do know that incumbency is powerful. I do know, for example, that Rivers is fractured. Rivers State is one of the highest polling states in the South, and if the sitting party in the center has that in the kitty, that might be a little bit shaky for whoever is, a whole lot of factors really that we may not want to really begin to break into. But my point remains that I do not think that Jonathan, but like Awusko said, Nigeria is a country of absurdities, and many times people who, I wonder why we just love appointments. I wonder how somebody becomes wants to become something, just have an appointment. I'm wondering, there are things that one can't express. You go from this very lofty position and now you want to take some other less lofty position just to remain relevant. I do not understand it. I do not understand this lust for office that makes you want to now position yourself, for example, at the whims and caprice of a governor, having been a governor before, and then you now make yourself a governor or a local government chairman can mess with you. I think that we're too desperate to always be in some kind of position or the other, no matter what. And it's unfortunate because as of today, Jonathan has become a citizen of the world, an international citizen, recognized all over, all around, with huge respect, with huge accolades, with huge following. So you want to now throw that into the waters of politics, the murky waters of politics? That will be interesting to see. Let's see. In the days ahead, we will see what we will see. Just before we go, there are a whole lot of other topics. Yeah, the appeal court has said that Yahaya Bello's properties must be forfeited to the federal government. That was not the position of a lower court before now. And okay, the original court of hearing did give this judgment, saying that his properties, including the one in Dubai, in the Burj Khalifa, need to be impounded, need to be returned to the federal government. But another court said no. But now another superior court, the appeal court, has said he has to forfeit them. And do know that these cases do not end at the appeal court. They probably will still go to the Supreme Court. Hello? Oh no, please do call back. I think I have a few minutes to still play with. Please do call back. I'd like to have your opinion. And so Yahaya Bello is in the news because of the judgment from the appeal court. But I do know that many times these cases, they want it to get to the very apex of the justice system, of the court system. And of course, we do know that the Supreme Court is the apex, is at the apex of the court hierarchy, and whatever it says holds sway permanently. Hello?
Hello, good morning, Ogadayo.
Good morning. This is Mohammed, is it?
Yes, Mohammed. I'm talking that time when the network went off.
Okay, yes, the network was messed up. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, everybody is in your support that we should discourage completely corruption in any form in this country. That we should go back to our normalcy. Many of us, you can see us in the churches, you see us in the mosques, in high places, looking as godly, but when it comes in terms of money and the office appointment, we are different colors. So why can't us change our attitude and be good people as we were before, so that if we leave this world, we leave legacy, and we leave Creator in a peaceful situation. That is my advocacy to all the people that are in various offices. Because the impurities is almost everything here in this country. If you are a bit corrupt, bit thief, you are awarded a title of any color. But if you are honest, they look at you as Umu. But in the real sense, these people who are honest, they are more worthy in the hands of God than this material gem. So we all believe in our various religions that there is day of judgment and there is one day that will depart. Why can't us prepare ourselves towards that? That is one thing that we should all put in our mind. But it's unfortunate. Glittering. All glitters are not gold. We all know this. So this is my advice to all of us, that people should allow entitlement of every worker, every pensioner should go down the way it's supposed to be, so that things will be in harmony. People will be happy and prayerful. This is our country. We should not allow our country to become like Sudan. We are all watching in the international media what is happening in Sudan. So we should to run out of this country in the name of refugees or whatever. Let us be ourselves. Let us be one to accommodate others. Please, let us continue to protect Nigeria and keep us together in harmony. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, Mohammed. And yeah, the points he has tried to emphasize there, both in his first call and this addendum, is that, see, if you're in an office and it falls on you to work out people's pension and ensure they are paid, please don't hold back. Please don't frustrate them, because it will soon be your turn. Hello?
Hello.
Yep. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Abdullah, calling from Kochi.
Welcome.
Yeah, I want to contribute about the analysis you are talking about now.
Go on, sir. Go on, sir.
I want to comment about the Tinubu administration. Yeah, is it Tinubu administration? Is it Tinubu policy? Is it right? Is it getting? To me, I can't see otherwise something like that. It's not like Nigerian masses. I can see ganging of elite against the poor. Because why? There is no single policy that will impact the masses that we supposed to, which are the people that support the government. And about the guys is not. So is it? I can think not never neglect Tinubu. Is Tinubu neglecting not because of why he never be a brother keeper to carry them along. So before they play Muslim ticket, as in now Kuma, they shy away from Muslim ticket. They are playing another politics.
Is this really? Does this really have to do with what we're talking about this morning? Incidentally, the network has cut him off. This is where we will call it a day on the press this morning. I must say thank you very much to those who called. I know several of you are trying to get through, but probably didn't make it this time. Let's not give up. Thank you, Mohammed from Maiduguri. He's called twice. And thank you, Awusko, and the man from Bauchi who just called and unfortunately didn't quite finish his thoughts. And Dan from Jos and every other person who called. I must say thank you and stay blessed. Please join me at 2 p.m. For the polity. I will bring you another topic that will catch your interest and where there will be education, enlightenment, information, and some humor, some lightheartedness. Thank you for being here. Production team, thank you so very much. Viewers from around the world, thank you very, 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 very much. And at this point, I sign out. My name is Dayo Omogu.